Good morning, fellow YouTubers, and welcome to another grand and glorious episode of Arizona Podcast, starring your host, Mr. Arizona. It is now 10:44 in the morning on Sunday, December 31st, 2023. Well, I guess the new year is fast approaching, and I think I've been going at this YouTube thing all wrong. See, I thought that, maybe, doing what I was doing was maybe the right thing. But I've been trying to kind of express on how I feel about things, usual stuff. But as far as me popping off, going off, doing all that, I think I've been getting a little haywire with it, to say the least. So I'm gonna try and officially chill out on that. Unless something else comes up that really, really terribly needs to be discussed, which is obviously nothing. I don't really know of anything that needs to be talked about or discussed or anything like that. What's up, Nils? What I'm trying to say is I'm just going to try and be calm, chill, and non-responsive for a while. Because, think about it. What was said was already said. What was done was already done. I hate to say this, but it's over. It's all over. I'm not quitting or nothing, but it's just that I don't think I have anything more to discuss as far as drama goes anymore. Because that's pretty much done. Unless someone else decides to come up and talk crap on me or say something about me or anything like that, I'll just take a break from that for a little bit and just focus on just having a chill chat. Why not? Because I think we need to have a party. I think we need to have fun, man. My resolution for 2024 is to get back to having fun on YouTube like we used to. Get back to the good old days like we used to. Get back to where, you know, hey, I'm bored. Let's go on your panel. Hey, I'm bored. Come on my panel. Hey, I'm bored. Let's go on your channel. Hey, I miss those days. Time for us to get back to the basics. Get back to the way YouTube used to be. What's up, Mills? How you doing, sweetheart? If I didn't say that already. But we need to get back to the simplistic way, the way YouTube was before all the drama crashed down. Before all the crap talking started, before all the doxing started, all that, the whole shebang. We need to restore the drama community back to the fun way, the way it was before all this shit happened. I've learned that, if you don't have something nice to say to somebody, best thing to do is just not say it at all. And me personally, I already said my piece on just about everything. I said my piece. I done what I did. And that's that. And I'm willing to move on to bigger and better things. I might start doing more work on my music channel, get that rocking and rolling. Let's see what else. Might start doing more chill streams, get those rolling. The possibilities are endless, man. I don't have to talk crap on people or berate people or do anything like that to pull views, subs, and attention. I don't have to do that. In fact, I have 100% proven that's true, by the way. Because, like I said, take a look at my Chill Streams channel. Not 1 ounce of drama on it. Take a look at my Drink Slam channel. Not 1 ounce of drama on it. And they're both doing great. I've got many, many channels that are doing great without drama. Here, I kind of cut out the drama. And I'm doing good, but hey! But yes, variety is the spice of life. There's going to be some times where something rubs me the wrong way or something doesn't sit well with me. So I need a channel to where I can go on and let it out. And I happen to have one. But for now, I'm going on a temporary ceasefire. There you go. Where I ain't gonna talk about anybody. I ain't gonna rip on nobody, you know. Oh, buongiorno. What's happening, Davey? How you doing, bro? You know, I think, you know, and also, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not no fucking saint. I never motherfucking said I was. No. I'm not no fucking Mr. High and Mighty, you know, Mr. Perfect. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not Mr. Oh, I don't get into trouble and all that. Let's see. That's a fake account, though. That's not real. Because if it was real, why would he be in here in the first place? So there you go. Nice try, sir. Nice try, man. You're trying to get me to talk about you again, which I'm not going to. So you can just go away on that one, please. Because I have no desire to talk about you at all. So, bye. So, but anyway. I guess someone's going to troll me again to keeping the relevancy, right? But don't forget, I'm a little small ass channel. I don't have that much of a reach. I don't know why you're bothering with me when I'm small potatoes. I don't even have 100 subs on here yet. And you're worried about me? I barely have 100 subs on here. And people think I'm a threat. People think that I'm intimidating. Question is, why? I mean, you've seen all my channels. I don't really put much effort into them. I don't really do much. I just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and that's it. And it's all part of the show, right? It's all part of the, part of the thing. But it just doesn't have to be that way all the time. You could change up. You can get a little bit of variety in there. Why does it have to be the same crap all the time? That's what I'm saying. I'm just kind of bored with talking crap. Because there's just no point in it. Like I said what I said, I did what I did, and that's that. And for everybody else out there, I wish you Happy New Year, and hope the New Year treats you well. I really do. Like I said, the real Brian wouldn't bother coming in here at all. In fact, I've never, ever seen him in here at all. So. And to be honest, I don't really give a fuck anymore. You know, I put in my 2 cents. To me, I'm considering the matter closed. And that's that. It's gone. And that's about it. So yeah, I'm going to be the same old boring program again. But it's okay. Because views and subs really don't mean anything. Because I'm not here to make a name for myself. I'm here just to have fun. Nothing wrong with that. And also, what's funny is that, you know, call me a liar. Well, aren't you a liar too? Because don't forget, and remember this clearly. All I did was talk about what was already said. Fact. You can't change a news story once it's out. Can't discredit it because the evidence is out there. So you can call me all the names you want, but at the same time, I did nothing more than repeat what was already been said. That's all I did. So once again, how can I be called a liar when I merely repeated what was already said? I echoed off what was already put out there. So how can I be called a liar when I'm not the one that started it? I'm not the one that instigated it. I just merely repeated what was presented. That's all. Simple, easy, direct. Not that hard to figure out. All I did was pair it off with what something else someone told. So, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, we're having fun out here. I'm just eating breakfast, and to tell you the truth, the coming new year is kind of scaring me a little bit. It scares me due to the fact that I really don't know what's going to happen. That the coin is going to be up in the air. And I'm not really sure where it's going to land. And that's the frightening part of it. You know, I don't know whether I'm going to still be here doing what I'm doing, or whether I'm going to be moving to something else, or I don't know. Because to tell you the truth, to be honest, and this is the scary part, I can't even predict my own mindset. That's the frightening part, is that I don't even know where my own mind's going to go. I really don't. I would say it's scary, and you know, I'm glad that 2023 is over, just about over with. But I'm terrified what's to come. Because I just don't know. And that's the endable misery of it. I really can't give you guys a clear, definition as to what I'm going to be doing or what I'm not going to be doing, because I really don't know. I'm going to continue with my channels as is. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe one day I might decide to just stay with one channel and just keep up with it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thought has crossed my mind to stick with one channel and just fully concentrate and fully, put my effort into that channel. But I just haven't quite settled down yet. I plan on it in the future. Maybe now that it's 2024, maybe now it's time for me to do it. Some very, very good ideas have been brought to my attention. And I might decide to pursue those ideas. And if I do it, well, then all these other alternate channels will still be here. But I just won't be as active on them much. So we'll kind of see how that goes, kind of see, because I've been thinking of, really focusing on just one channel for a long time. I really have. And, since it's going to be a new year, maybe doing that might not be such a bad idea. Because I do need to stabilize myself, at least in one channel, for God's sakes. And start building it up and start promoting it and start really, really focusing on, one particular thing and do it that way. Instead of being sprawled out all over the place, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and having no direction, having no organization, just being all over the place. And believe it or not, that's the way my mindset has been for a long time. I've been here, I've been there, I've been all over the place. I've never been stable. I've never been sturdy. I've never been, really, really focused on a specific thing that I want to do. And I've got to really think about this. Got to really take some time to think and really settle down on a channel and really focus, because a lot of people have told me this for years, that I need to do this. A lot of people have told me this. They said, AZ, instead of having, being here, being there, being here, being there, why not just focus on one channel, focus on it, build on it, and just be on that channel and have all these other channels as your alternates. Put your main focus to one channel and one channel only, and just focus on that one. So I've got to do some serious evaluation and really focus on what I need to do and where I want to be and do it. Because I know I can do it if I focus. Because I've proven that. I've got like maybe over 5 channels. Maybe more. I don't know. That no one in the drama community knows about. And they're just sitting there idle. I could turn them into something. Like I said, I could select any channel I want and really turn it into something good. But I've got to stay focused on that. Stay laser focused on the main theme I want to carry my channel towards. I know it ain't drama, because drama is to me, it's very unpredictable. Hey, it goes up 1 minute and down the next, up 1 minute and down the next, up 1 minute and down the next. It's just an endless ride of just chaos. So like I said, it'll take a bit, because I really I got to think, I've got to think, then I've got to stay focused and stay on dot. The question is, though, here. Yes, a seco. Well, like I said, the question is, okay, where do I want to focus? Where do I want to be at? What do I want to do? Like, truly what I want to do. And is it a channel that I'm going to be sticking with, or is it a channel that I'm going to randomly switch to another one and another one and another one and another one? That's why a lot of people could never find me. That's why a lot of people never could stay, like permanently sub, because, I'll be on one channel one day and I'll be on another channel the next day, and then I'll be on another one and another. It's very confusing. And I understand that. And that's why I have to really think and really figure out I'm going to wind up putting you guys in my pocket for a minute, so. I got to take out trash. Oh. Take out trash. Taking out trash. Well, guys.
¿La amarraste?
Yep, sure did. There you go. Sorry about that, folks. Had to take out the trash, folks. Oh, get to take out the trash again. Yep. A lot of garbage today.
Pues tírala tú.
Yep, I'm going to. But, anyway, folks, you know, like I said, I got to look for some, you know, some decent stability. Unless you guys like me having multiple channels and multiple things that I do. I mean, if you do, shit, I'll just keep it the way it is and just, we'll build up on all of them. You know, I was just trying to just, you know, make it simpler for everybody, make it easier for everybody. But, you know, if you guys want to do that, that's great. You know, maybe I should do a poll and just take a vote. And say, hey, do you guys agree on multiple channels or one singular channel? But then again, you guys would probably say, well, why do you ask us for? We can't really tell you. We could suggest to you, but we can't really tell you. You know, I know a lot of you say out there, you know, even the people that, you know, even people that really hate on me, they say the same thing. They say, well, why don't you just stay with a singular channel instead of bouncing around on multiple channels? Now, I used to do that to basically confuse the trolls and keep them from trolling me and all that. But I figured this, regardless of, you know, regardless of what channel I have, I'm gonna have trolls regardless. Regardless of what's going on, there's always gonna be trolls no matter what. You know, that's a given. That's a standard issue. You know, that's why the good Lord invented the block button. And also, if you're listening to a channel that you don't like listening to, well, that's why the good Lord invented the unsubscribe. Oh, tu comida está aquí. Está aquí. Dentro aquí. Mish?
Ya oí.
Okay. So, but yeah, Because it doesn't matter where you go. Even if you go on, TikTok, if you go on, what is it? God, what the fuck was it? Kick or Rick or what? Whatever these fucking social media platforms they use these days. There's trolls everywhere. It doesn't matter where you're at. Because they're basically inside of every social media. Can't get rid of them. You can't stop them. The only thing you could do is just hit the block button and block them. That's it. Easy as that. And once they get blocked, they can't type no more. Unless they make up other accounts or, stuff like that, but you could still block them too. It's not that hard to do. I hear a lot of people, even before they even start a live stream, you hear them clicking on this, clicking on that, clicking on this, clicking on that. And that's because that's them probably either clicking on, accounts that they don't want in there and getting rid of them. It's either them clicking on accounts that they don't like or setting up something else, It's just, it's whatever they decide to do with their channel. That's another thing, you guys are like, well, what do you ask us for when, it's your channel. You decide what you want to do and we'll go with it. So I think I'm going to leave this channel as a talk channel because I really, really like talking. That's why I call this a podcast, because I don't really show my face on this app much. I try not to, especially, here. I do every now and then, but I like to get into philosophical topics, such as social acceptance, such as time, such as many, many different subjects that people don't really talk about because they find it boring. They find it useless conversation because they're so see, people on this platform are very, very fickle, should I say. And here's the reason why. Is because on this platform, especially in a certain community, in a certain group, or in a certain sect, or whatever you want to call it, they're conditioned to only listening to a certain way of talking, to a certain way of, should I say, explaining things, a certain way of communicating on this platform. And a lot of people are conditioned to negative feelings and negative emotions on this platform. A lot of people would rather listen to a bunch of dysfunction rather than a bunch of organization. Because maybe they themselves suffer from dysfunction as well. And so, therefore, listening to someone that is equally dysfunctional sounds logical to them, sounds easy, sounds simple. It does. Because think about it. If you grew up around yelling, screaming, arguing, fighting your whole entire life, and then you come on YouTube and listen to the same thing, well, then you're right at home. Like with me, my father was a very stern, no nonsense type of individual. He basically said a certain set of words or a certain command, so to speak, and I was supposed to obey that command. And if I didn't, I would suffer dire consequences for it, such as disciplinary measures. Now, back in his day, he was accustomed to physical, should I say, physical manifestations of corporal punishment. There you go. But with me, on the other hand, I elected myself to rebel against it, because I swore up and down that I would never be like my father, but that I would be better than he was. So technically, what he did to me was exactly what he was expecting. What he did to me was exactly what he was expecting. Move.
Espérate.
No.
Ahí nomás. No debe de estar tanto. No debe de estar tanto aquí. Jálalo un poquito. Jálalo un poquito para allá por el contacto.
Yeah. Like that. I'm just pushing it close.
Ahí, así.
There you go.
Ahí.
Like that?
Yeah.
¿Y cuándo van a poner security? Aquí. Okay. But anyway, as I was saying, my father was accustomed to corporal punishment in a physical way. Now, with me, I decided to rebel against that type of punishment. I never believed in an act of physical corporal punishment. I believed in the act of a mental way, to where voice projection was key. Because when I raised my voice in a certain tone, then my daughter knew that she was in trouble, that she had done something wrong. Because I apply the same thing to my dogs. Whenever they do something wrong, I raise my voice and say, hey, don't do that. Because it's in the tone of my voice and the sternness and also the sheer volume of my voice that they understand that, okay, dad's mad. Okay, I'm just going to stay out of his way. And so therefore, the physical violence is no longer needed. I would be one of those type of people, in order to scare off predators or people that are unsavory, in order to scare them away, I would rustle trees, break branches, and make such a ruckus that I would seem bigger and more dangerous than I actually was. And so therefore, the adversary would fail to advance. Because of the projection of my voice and the physical actions of putting over a so-called ruse. And it usually works rather well. Because there is a small percentage of people in this world that are unintimidated by acts of the voice or acts of loud noises. But you see, one does not need to attack somebody physically. You don't need to attack somebody physically to get them to do what you want them to do, etc., etc., etc. It's the mental aspect of warfare that is the most potent. Because think about it. The old saying goes, when people say the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, it's 100% true. Your brain is more dangerous than anything else in the world. Because your brain can manifest many, many things. And in many different ways, you see. And it's really quite interesting. Because the human brain, as I stated before, many, many occasions, the human brain is and always will be one of the most complex pieces of machinery known to mankind. The best scientists in the world have studied it many, many times over. And they've never been able to figure it out. They've never been able to understand it. That is why human beings alone are very, should I say, complex in their making and also in their abilities to solve simple problems and to solve problems that are more, should I say, complex than the world expects it to be. It's quite interesting, isn't it? If you think of the world in a scientific way, you would find out that humans aren't really superior overall, over everything. They just know because they're expert survivors. They're experts at what they do, specialists. And each one of us decides to specialize in his or her own way in whatever they do. Some people specialize in building things. Some people specialize in breaking them down. Some people specialize in collecting things. You know, some people have musical talents, physical talents, many, many different things. Well, imagine trying to unlock the sixth sense in your brain. Imagine trying to unlock that 1% of the potential in your brain that through human development has been shut off or ignored or just plain turned away. Well, imagine if you can unlock that potential. Imagine what potential the human race may have if they can unlock that rare 1% of the brain. Can you imagine? You imagine that on a larger scale of things. Imagine unlocking that rare 1% of your brain that you've never used before, that you've never experienced before. Can you imagine how much of an open neutrality all of us would have? The human brain is like hacking a computer. You've got to know the right codes and the right, should I say, sayings or the right words to hack into it correctly. Because it's funny with the human brain, the codes are constantly changing. The feelings constantly change. The mood constantly changes. So therefore the code differs all the time. It's never constant. And therefore that's why the human brain is very complex. But could you imagine if we would condition ourselves and train ourselves to access that sixth sense? Can you imagine the potential? We would have self-healing capabilities. We would have physical and mental healing capabilities, all on our own, to where the doctors and pharmacists would be obsolete. Because we ourselves would learn to heal. Can you imagine having inoperable cancer or an inoperable disease, and through one day of serious meditation, one day of serious uninterrupted meditation, all of a sudden your cancer goes into reverse and it dissipates. And this goes back even to biblical times. Remember Jesus Christ and the miracles that he did. because he was able to access that sixth sense, the sense of healing, the sense of our true form, life's true form. Jesus was the only one that accessed that type of category. And he used it to heal the world from disease, from sickness. Can you imagine if all of us on this earth had that similar capability? Could you imagine how much life could be preserved? How many lives could be saved? Seriously, think about it. We all have that sixth sense. We all have the ability for that third eye. We just, as human beings, we're scared to access it for fear of what it might bring, for fear of what might happen, for fear of what might occur if we have that ability or if we have that sense. It's actually quite interesting, and I enjoy having philosophical conversations with everyone out here. I do. Because this is my Zen. This is where I feel comfortable. This is where I kind of click, so to speak. So, for the remainder of the podcasts, I might be getting into in-depth philosophical conversations, which may not make sense to most people, but to the ones that really think, that think with their ears and their heart, not with their brain, but really think, really understand what I'm trying to say. A lot of people can relate to what I'm saying. A lot of people can. If I was to haul off and delete every piece of content on this channel and title my channel Arizona Philosophies, I could make this into very intelligent and very philosophical conversations. Because this is a place to where I really dig in deep to my thinking, where I push all ulterior thinking to the side and work on the internal. You know, like whatever is the talk of the people, you know, that in turn doesn't have to pertain to me. That can pertain to many other people. But it doesn't have to pertain to me if I don't allow it. If I let it bother me, if I let it in, then of course that's going to be the cornerstone of my conversation. That's going to be the topic of my being able to speak on here. But one has to have the ability to shut it out, to disconnect. Just like with everything else. What do you do with your computer every day? You unplug it, and when it plugs back in, it resets itself. And it resets itself as if you never watched anything. You never did anything. Then when you turn it back on, it's as if it's a brand new computer or a brand new phone. Once you turn it off and turn it back on again, it resets everything that you previously did. That is the miracle of technology. But the human brain is different. For the human brain has amazing abilities at retaining information, retaining memories, retaining feelings, even retaining current and past experiences. I could go on and on and on and on and on for hours talking about this. Because conversations like this, I find them stimulating. I find them interesting. I find them very, should I say, exuberating. I do. But for some reason, on a platform as this, they don't last long. Because a lot of people don't want to hear something like this. They don't really care for it or about it. They care about their what they're interested in, and that's it. They don't care about anything else. Just what their interest. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head out. So, you guys take care of yourselves. Much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.